Hey, welcome to our YouTube channel, Unmasked. I'm Jeff,
This is Ryan.
and we are here representing a point of view of what you might not get on regular media. Ryan here, why don't you tell him what you do? He runs a
I have a Facebook page, Right Side of America.
Yeah, go check him out there. He's got a lot of opinion stuff on there and putting a lot of news up, so you don't have to go around and search things. It's a lot of people do reposting, so you don't have to go look everywhere else. And we're talking about, what are we talking about today?
I think we're starting with Black Lives Matter, ain't we?
Yes, Black Lives Matter, and what's going on with them in the news. We know they're protesting and stuff, but what else is people talking about? What's the stir?
I thought it was mostly non-violent protests, is what the Don Lemon and the Cartoon News Network always tells me.
Right. Yeah, but I think if you get on YouTube, you'll see a lot of people that
They're not doing much help, are they? Right? They're burning down their own community, letting a bunch of white liberal kids come in there and tear their own community down.
There's a lot of white kids in Black Lives Matter, and I'm not for sure if these people know what Black Lives Matter stands for when they go out there. It's we found out over time that it's more than just a hashtag and more than just a quote to put on a sign. So
it's a profit corporation, pretty much.
Absolutely, and they have a website, and you can go there to send funds, and we'll go over that. Right off the bat, though, I'm going to go to we'll go to their website.
Their own website, huh?
Yes, their own website. It's blacklivesmatter.com, and you'll see right here. You can
see what it says here.
Go to it, and we can go to what we believe.
What we believe. We believe in better education and the family, right?
Well, I don't know if it says all that. In the beginning here, it talks about how they started. They started 4 years ago when Mike Brown was killed in Ferguson. And we have a video to discuss that as well. But we go through here, and it talks about basically it's a pro-black organization, and
you mean they want to help their own?
Well, I think that's what it says here, but we don't know who their own is exactly. You get down here, and it gets to talking, and it really doesn't talk about black males as too much. And who do they go protest for? When are they out protesting?
When the cameras are there.
Yeah,
certain Black Lives Matter, because it's usually when the media can promote racism.
So it's usually a black man getting killed by a white cop.
Always.
Yeah, they're protesting. But we're looking here, and let's go ahead, Brian. What was you going to say?
Well, I would like to say that I would not try to downplay some of these incidents that happen in any way, because they shouldn't happen. Period. That's for sure.
Yeah, we don't believe in murder, for sure.
No, sir.
But there's a lot of businesses that got tore up through all this, man, and I don't see how that helps. And it just creates more animosity.
A lot of them were black-owned businesses, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, and, many cultures. These are in big cities, man. They're multicultural. They're melting pots. So them downtowns are, there's all kinds of nationalities and races.
Well, that's just poor people in general.
So we get on here and we read. It says, I'm gonna skip down, and you can read it all for yourself. But right here it says, we are guided by the fact that all Black lives matter, regardless of actual or perceived sexual identity, gender expression, economic status, ability, disability, religious belief, disbeliefs, immigration status, or location. So I don't see anything about black men in the police, but we make space for transgender brothers and sisters to participate and lead. Transgender brothers and sisters. How many transgenders are out there, and how many of them have got killed by a cop?
I don't know any, to be honest.
I don't know. We are self-reflexive and do the work required to dismantle cisgender privilege.
I have no clue what that is, honestly.
Well, for those that don't, that's a regular straight.
Is that a male or a
It's a
female?
male. Well, that's a male or a female, right?
Okay.
It's just a straight one, I think. If I'm wrong, comment down and let us know, because I think we believe in what?
I believe it's a
Science.
man or a woman myself.
Biology, science is what we go by.
And by the way, I love the black women.
You don't like the white women, though?
Oh yeah, I like them too, like I said. I like everybody equally, but I love black women.
So, cisgender privilege and uplift black trans folk, especially black trans women who continue to be.
There we go, black women. Oh, black trans women. Oh shit.
No, man, we're not talking about not regular family stuff here. This is weird. This is right on their website. This is basically like a mission statement here. So
It doesn't say nothing about
Black-
education, school choice,
Not yet. We haven't got
nothing like that.
We haven't got that. Black trans women who continue to be disproportionately impacted by trans antagonistic violence. We don't know if that's. Let us know in the comments if that's true or not. I don't know that to be an issue. Maybe it is. We build a space that affirms black women and is free from sexism, misogyny, and environments in which men are centered. So men are finally
But it
mentioned.
says they're against where men are centered, so they don't want men leading.
No,
Is
no,
what
no.
that says to me.
Well, pretty much. Let's go on and see what it says. We practice empathy.
So that seems like they seem to be pushing the breakdown of the family. Am I
Yeah.
misunderstanding that?
Well, I don't know. Cisgender privilege? I don't know what exactly that is.
I mean, can those people even reproduce?
I don't know. It's complicated.
I don't know either.
I don't know the definition of all this stuff. So it's like, to me, it's you're either a gay woman or you're a gay male or you're a straight male or woman or you're a bi. Other stuff, I don't know what any of that means.
I still don't see nothing about anything that's going to help the community.
Here's where it gets good. We practice empathy. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. We engage comrades with the intent to learn about and connect with their context. You know, comrades is usually used in.
So they're colluding with the Russians?
Yeah, well,
Wow.
I think it's China.
Black
now.
Lives Matter is colluding with the Russians.
It's not China, right? We're not. China's the good guys, is what Joe Biden says. We make our spaces family friendly and enable parents to fully participate with their children. Well, that's good. We dismantle the patriarchal practice, though. That's not good, man. So they basically want to make sure the straight black male is not in the household and leading his home.
Exactly.
So, and that's become a problem in a lot of households.
All across America.
Absolutely.
I believe if you ever listen to Larry Elder, who is someone I like to listen to, it's somewhere around 70% in the black community live without their fathers. And I believe in the white community it's somewhere around 56%. So we're talking about an overall problem that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
Why is there a big push to exclude the man from the home?
I don't know. Because we know, I mean, you can look up.
Even on welfare, they do not allow the man to live in the home. Or at least he's not supposed to be on the lease, correct?
No, I think when they get Section 8 vouchers, they're not supposed to. I don't know all the stuff, but they are pushing the male out of the house. There's incentive to not have a man at home. And right here.
Family, period. Not just the man, the family. The family in general.
Black Lives Matter. Dismantle patriarchal practice that requires work. I messed it up.
2 jobs, I believe it said.
Yeah. And then I screwed it up.
2 jobs, I believe.
Okay, right here. Patriarchal
Double
practice that
shifts.
requires mothers to work double shifts, and it's in parentheses, so they can mother in private even as they participate in public justice work. What does that mean? So they don't work, they go and protest.
And get paid? Do they get paid to protest?
Probably. But they say they don't. And here it gets even better. We disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure.
Oh, there we go.
Requirement by supporting each other as extended families in villages.
Now, what does the villages and collectively care? Now, is that talking about government, like, welfare benefits, and let the government support you, and the government tell you what's best for you?
Yes, basically, if I see these words right here, and then the villages and collective, and
That
also
means the government.
Well, and it's, I'm going to make it even a cuss word here. And comrades, that's communism. That's communism. So I could read this right here and tell you they're communists.
So they don't want you to work. They don't want you to advance. They just want you to be poor so they can keep you there. Why? Because you will vote for them. That's what they want. That's all they care about is your vote. They haven't helped you in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years in some cases. Quit voting for these people. And I'm not telling you to go out and vote Republican just because the Democrats have not helped you. You need to look at who you're voting for, someone that actually has something that they stand for, and they're not just going to go into Washington and just say yes because that's what my party wants me to do. Somebody that's actually going to look out for you.
So we'll move on here, and I want to show, after we saw that and saw they're talking about not only about cisgender and
I don't even know what that means.
and these other terms, right? They're talking about that. Well, I want to talk about Darren Seals.
Oh yes.
And Darren Seals was one of the lead activists at the Mike Brown after the Mike Brown murder in Ferguson, and that's where Black Lives Matter started. And Darren worked with Black Lives Matter, I think. And here's a video from him that came out, I don't know, like 4 years ago.
Let's check it out. 4 years ago, you say?
Yeah, something like that. Look it up. Look up when Darren Seals, because he's passed away now. He died, and I'll talk about that after this. But
and who killed him?
Well,
was the white cops?
I don't know, man. It's a funny story. But I know the cops didn't like him either. He was a big activist, and he was always arguing with them. And he also had beef with some other people here. And let me get this.
Certainly not Black Lives Matter group people, right?
Well, maybe. Let's see what he says.
Oh, you mean his life didn't matter? Interesting.
No, I don't think Mike Brown's life mattered, or Ferguson, or any of it. So let me see where I gotta start here. Let's start right here.
Let's see what it says here.
Boy, live again. Live in effect. What up? On the way to pick up Mom's. Mom's had the surgery yesterday. She's doing good though. A whole lot of improvement.
He's about to go into it right here.
What's he got?
We're talking about Black Lives Matter campaigns. They are the same, but they are running together. It's just a little gay code.
Let me rewind that here. Let's start it here. I meant to start it there. Listen to him real close here.
A whole lot of improvement. So I'm on the way to pick it up. But we're talking about Black Lives Matter campaigns. They are the same, but they are running together. It's just a little gay code. Twitter fingers. I'm on it.
He said it's a gay cult, and you might think that he's being funny, but he's not. That's one thing that we didn't mention, that Black Lives Matter was basically, the organization was founded by 3 lesbian women.
Man kept calling Twitter activists, because they don't do shit, but they don't do shit but tweet while we in the streets, you know.
Donald Trump likes to tweet.
You know, protest, you know, Certain people was protesting, certain people was rioting, certain people was, organizing, making moves. They was just sitting back Twitter fingers, I mean, we all put things on social media so the world can know, but they literally just sat there and tweeted the whole shit. So while they tweeted the whole shit, I mean, white folk, black people ain't on Twitter. How many of y'all on Twitter? But nobody be on Twitter. It's white folk shit. So while they tweeting, they playing cat and mouse with the white folks. They racist. They hiding behind fake pages on Twitter, talking shit, going back and forth.
Getting a racist, going back and forth.
So you got a lot
getting
of
people mad.
Sending them money.
That's all they like to do. That's what the media lives on.
They calling her
Fuel to the fire.
The face of Ferguson. Don't nobody know the fuck she is.
Listen to what he brings up here.
The white folk shit. So while they tweeting, they playing cat and mouse with the white folks. They racist. They hiding behind fake pages on Twitter, talking shit, going back and forth, retweet. It's like a big ass show. So you got a lot of people
pause that for a
sending
minute.
them money, turning them into stars. Oprah tweeting at and all that. They calling her fucking the face of Ferguson. Don't nobody know the fuck she is. She ain't the face of shit.
He said Oprah wasn't the face of shit in Ferguson. I don't know if y'all heard that or not.
Kind of like Al Sharpton only comes when the cameras are there?
Basically, that's how it goes down. What was you wanting to say, Bubba?
I liked how when he said something with the white folk stuff, it kind of reminds me of how Don Lemon, he talks all that stuff, man. But, I don't know how many of you know this. He's married to a white guy, And LeBron James, he likes to talk a lot of that stuff too, And LeBron James has white servants that live with, they stay there all the time. They're there. But they talk all that stuff,
LeBron James, he defends China, though, so...
Oh, yeah, the NBA, they love China. They love it.
Just like Joe Biden, he loves China.
Yes, sir.
So,
Dementia Joe.
Crime Bill Joe.
Sleepy Joe.
Here, let's go on here. Let's listen to Darren and talk a little more here.
Oh, that's a good video.
When she came out there, she just sat there and tweeted.
Talking about Oprah.
Not Al Sharpton?
Anyways, man, a lot of people don't understand Black Lives Matter as an organization. They think it's just a hashtag and people just saying
Profit organization.
And white folks are part of it. They put it in the media.
Tearing up your own community. Rich young white kids.
Yeah, stuff like this has got to be grassroots, man. It's got to be people that live in the community, not people from outside the community.
No, sir.
That's all the people that's still out here protesting. Of course, lame street media is saying there ain't no protests going on no more. I'm not protests, but tearing shit up.
Like the autonomous zone. Wasn't that like the Summer of Love?
The Summer of Love.
And then I think, what was it?
Until the little commie soldiers shot, how many black...
3 or 4, I believe.
Well, they shot 2 teenage black kids, killed a 16-year-old. And then the 19-year-old died, and the mayor hasn't talked to the guy or not. I think.
Nope, not once.
He has a clip though.
You can find that interview. It was on Fox News, I believe.
Yeah, and then I believe he just was on the news saying that Donald Trump called him.
But not the mayor,
No.
where he lives at.
No, and not the guy.
The white lady, ain't she a white lady? And she said Black Lives Matter. I think a lot, don't she?
Yeah, I don't know if she's a lady or not, but she's definitely white.
I think it's a white lady, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong.
Not all white people are good. Some of them are very, very bad.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Some of them are very, very bad.
Usually the white Democrats, ain't it?
Well, and it tends to be in the cities that are in these urban areas where a lot of black people live, and I almost can understand why there is some animosity. Because the white liberals
been screwing them for decades.
Absolutely.
Decades.
And
they still get your vote somehow.
And that's the politicians, but the elitists, the wealthy
They
people,
count your vote. Before they even say anything, they think you're voting for them.
The people,
they've done nothing.
And the people that vote, not the politicians, they think black people so stupid and they need this white knight savior to come save them all the time, man. Nobody needs your help. You don't help nothing.
Well,
sitting there.
The civil rights movement, if I believe, right, MLK, one of his big pushes was to have African Americans in position of power. Am I right? And that has happened. Because if you look at a lot of these places that have been Democrat controlled for decades, most of them is not all white people. It's African Americans.
They are.
It's the own people that are screwing you, and you're still voting for them.
They're funded by rich white liberals, though. They're not funded by black people. They're not grassroots.
Because the rich white liberals are telling them what to do.
Now they're eating. They're eating.
I mean, is it okay to call it the Democrat plantation? Is that all right for me to say?
That's what it is, because a lot of people's leaving it.
I'm sorry if that's offensive, and I understand how it could be, and I don't even like to say it, but that's exactly what it is.
Well, on here, man, we're not PC, so you're not gonna get PC. We're gonna blast on anybody. We're gonna blast on white people, blast on black people. It ain't gonna be because of your skin color. It's gonna be because you're a turd. So.
And I honestly thought about not using that word, honestly, because I didn't want to say it, but that's what it is.
This ain't PC culture here, brother. You say what's on your mind, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. A lot of black people's waking up.
Let's roll the video. Let's see what else we got going on.
I ain't never seen you on Twitter. I got Twitter too, but shit, who uses that shit? We use it for promo. Let's show you that, but we ain't really using no goddamn Twitter. Anyways.
I'd be a little bit more.
Feel free to comment and give y'all opinions on this whole Black Lives Matter bullshit. But anyways, Black Lives Matter is a bunch of computer nerds.
Computer nerds.
First of all, them being gay is I don't get nothing against them.
He done said it was a gay cult, and now he's saying it's a gay, and we're thinking he's.
I don't care if you're gay neither. I mean, honestly.
No, but why are they going? When a white cop shoots a black dude and getting all this money.
Right.
They're getting all kinds of money, and as we'll talk about it here in a little bit, where's the money going?
Because they get it. I don't agree with the lifestyle of, homosexuality, but I don't agree with a lot of shit people do. I'm not going to dislike you because you do some shit I don't like. I'm trying to do shit.
That's a great point there.
It ain't healthy for me, and they eyes. So, we disagree on lifestyles. But
That's right. That's right.
Why?
Because he ain't PC. He ain't PC, but he can still live and
he's
get along with people.
He's not programmed.
No, he's not.
But they use that shit as a shield. When they doing all this bullshit, they try to come say, oh, he's just homophobic, he hated, man, my auntie be married to a woman says, man, it's for no. Like, I don't agree with the lifestyle because I don't see a long-term benefit of it. You can't reproduce when you messing with a woman, mess with a woman, a man mess with a man. But then I mean, I hate you because I don't hate you for it. Homophobic.
We shouldn't have to explain this to people. Getting tired of being called you're this and you're homophobic and this is and that is and
the phobia.
I mean, you gotta be. Phobia is a fear.
That's right.
Anybody know me known for a motherfucker, man. Especially nobody that's gay. So ain't about that, but they'll use that to distract people, make the people think like, oh,
I honestly didn't know there was a lot of gay African Americans, to be honest.
I think there are.
I thought that community didn't really like that very much.
Nah, I think there's a lot of gay people all over, man, all different colors.
Personally, I don't care, but it's not something I choose to do.
He did say I could comment whatever I wanted.
This dude's talking in the video. We're gonna fast forward to him.
They was doing this shit. I was telling everybody
to dissuade anybody from either idea.
Half the motherfuckers that's mad now took his side then. I'm like, how you taking this man's side?
What he's talking about, it got interrupted. They had this gay guy that was one of the leaders too, and he got into it with him. And Darren Seals here, this man speaking, slapped him. Huh. So he slapped one of the BLM leaders, this black male, who ended up running for office in Baltimore.
Oh,
he was
really?
from Baltimore. He's down here in Ferguson. And I'm gonna let him talk here.
I took this man's side.
Yeah, D. Ray McKesson, the dude I think he's from like Missouri or someplace like that. Then he went to Baltimore and tried to run for mayor for usefulness of them.
We'll skip this.
If you want to hear before the video, I ain't take you serious. I don't give a who you was. Tyler Quali, any of those motherfuckers. I really ain't take none of them serious because at the end of the day, y'all came because of the media. End of the story. The CNN ain't show up.
Cartoon News Network.
So I really wasn't tripping off the shit they were doing. But I just noticed, like, man, these cats is really building a whole fucking campaign off our shit.
I mean, they're funding the campaign, the Democrats?
That's what he's saying.
Wow.
For this dude that he slapped.
And this was 4 years ago?
Well, this was after when was Ferguson? 2014.
And that's what's happening right now. If you look at where that money's going, most of it's going to the Democrat, the DNC.
Yeah, we'll show that. You know, a lot of people, you get on the internet and you Google that and it says it's false. Well, it's not false. We'll show you here in a minute.
Shit, because we ain't into that. So when they started the hashtag Black Lives Matter, it was so catchy that everybody shared it, everybody started saying it, and it became so fucking big, so hard.
Because everybody believes that Black Lives Matter.
Absolutely. But people didn't know it was actually an organization. The founding members are 3 lesbian girls. D-Ray, the girls, Brittany Alexis, the dude Charles Wade, all the people that's involved in this whole in the forefront of this whole Black Lives Matter campaign zero shit, they all gay. It's like a gay car.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut it off there, man. I mean, this dude worked with him. This ain't me or Ryan talking about it.
He knows.
This guy, and not only I want you to look up Darren
Where's this
Seals.
guy at today?
Yeah, look him up, man. He's dead. It's a real complicated situation. I know he had a lot of run-ins with the police, and I don't know, man. It's weird. I don't know if the police got him or Black Lives Matter got him, or it's weird, you know.
White police shot him?
I don't. Somebody killed him, and it was they threw him in the car and burned his car up, and they did the same thing with 5 other activists who spoke out against Black Lives Matter.
Oh.
So, but I don't know, man. In some of these areas, I think they have politicians, and I think they are deep in with.
It was them rich white young kids that lived in a whole nother city or state.
Right. It's
Ones that love to come help you burn down everything in your own community and then go back home, probably to their parents' house.
to the basement. And I'm sorry about the transitioning and such. I'm still working on getting better.
We can just edit that out.
Better at this, and
We can't edit it out, I guess.
no, we're not editing it out. Go on. Let's I got
Live all the time, no matter what.
I got to plug in the.
What happens if one of us has to go to the bathroom?
You go to the bathroom, brother.
Okay.
Go to the bathroom, and where we are having a few beers here. So I want.
You got a gender neutral bathroom?
No.
Oh, dang.
No, it's either you have to be a man or a woman.
Okay.
And that's where you gotta go. So I'm having some issues here. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's the first time live here for both of us.
We're not live, but we are going to do live soon. And
Recorded live. We'll call it that.
We don't know what's going on.
Live replay.
So I want to.
Maybe that's more accurate.
Let's go. Let's go back to the Black Lives website here. Let's go back to the Black Lives website. And
surely there's school choice on there somewhere, right?
No, well, you know,
bringing jobs to the community.
We know Democrats don't believe
somewhere
in
about
school
lower
choice.
Taxes.
No
incentives for companies to come there. Surely that's on there somewhere, right?
Those are not liberal policies, brother. So let's go down here, and we want to talk about where the money's going. And let me make sure I got enough battery on my phone here. At least got 15. Okay. I have the Black Lives. This is the front page.
Front page.
No, this is where you go to
donate. Looks like
donate.
to me.
Exactly. This is the wrong one. Let me pull up. Well, this is what we're going to. When you go to the Black Lives Matter website, it's
I've heard something about what is it, Act Blue?
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on, and that's what this is. You can't see the URL on here, but when you go to the front page of Black Lives Matter, I can't get to it from here for some reason. This is where it takes you. Anyways, so this is no longer, when you go to the BLM, it's www.blacklivesmatter. Then you go to the Fund Me page, and it takes you to this page. Well, the URL says Act Blue on it. it's not Black Lives Matter anymore. It takes you to a whole different
Interesting.
website, and that's what this is. You can't see it, but go to the Black Lives
So it's like something,
Matter
a way to
website.
funnel something. Or
Yes,
something.
right on the front page on the right, you go down, you hit not fund, but donation. Send a donation. You hit the donation, it takes you right to this page, and you can see down here Act Blue Charities.
Wow. Right on the page?
Right to Act Blue Charities.
Huh.
Ryan, you know what Act Blue Charities is, don't you? What is Act Blue Charities?
Seems like something that would surely be related to the DNC, right?
Well, it is a...
It's not Act Red? I mean...
No, it's not Act Red.
Huh.
It is... Let's get this up here.
Personally, to be honest, I'm an independent, but I support Donald Trump heavily.
So we go down here and you go to opensecrets.org, and what that does is it shows where...
Open Secrets.
Yes, this is a website that tells everybody where donations are coming from and
It
going
says
to
right there.
politically.
Center for Responsive Politics.
Right.
Politics.
So that
So it doesn't say nothing about helping the community or helping people. It just says politics.
It's basically a fundraiser site. It's a
Huh.
PAC, and they put money in here, and if the money goes...
Wow, look at that.
You can go on their website and you see where the money's going. You don't see Black Lives Matter anywhere here.
Wow.
And this is what they're trying to tell you when you Google it, that this is false information. And we have
But
to
it
have,
says top vendors recipients right on there.
and we need the IRS to go in
And
there
it says total expenditures.
and find out really what's going on.
Well, surely somebody copy and pasted that on there, right?
No, this Open Secrets actually shows where all...
What does it say right there if you click on influence and lobbying or PACs? I mean, does that sound like anything about the community or anything? That sounds like political parties to me.
It's exactly what it is. It's a
Donors,
super PAC.
PAC.
And this Act Blue goes to the Democrat Party donations. And when the funds go they'll set on the funds for a little while. You get on their website and see this on the Act Blue website. When it sits there and nobody claims the funds, they decide where the funds go.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
and there's a lady auditing every single
What's her name?
Black Lives branch, and her name is let me get it
Woods?
here.
Something like that? Miss
Susan Woods Nonprofit
Miss Woods.
Solutions. I'll have her YouTube page down in the description. But go check her out. She's going through every single branch and auditing them, and it's mind blowing. And she does this Act Blue too, and we can't prove where the money's going. The IRS is going to have to come in here, but the money's gone. And they just sent, she talks about in the video, they sent $6 million because they're getting a lot of heat back to, they're dispersing it to the branches.
So who would have to do something like that? Stephen Lynch, the Treasury Secretary, would have to order something like that? Some kind of auditor review?
How the IRS, man, can do it, I would think. I mean, I don't know. But who controls the IRS? Who loves taxes?
Right.
I don't see that happening.
No,
But go check her out. Her videos are very informative. She's not like, it's not entertaining or nothing, but she'll break down where every penny is going. And, I think in a lot of the branches, maybe there's some money missing and all the money's going into their pocket, basically. So,
Over 90% is unaccounted pretty
go
much.
check her out. And it looks like this Act Blue, their #1 recipient is Bernie.
Bernie.
Which
Comrade Bernie.
Exactly.
Imagine that.
Makes sense, right? And then Biden here, he's #2.
Dementia Joe.
Yes. And it's not just Black Lives Matter that goes through this. I don't want people to think that it's just for
So hold on a second. You
Other
mean to
people
tell
go through
me
Act Blue.
They gave all that money to Joe Biden? What has he ever done for the African American community?
Well, we'll talk about that. So,
What about some of the things he said? Go look at that.
yeah, Joe Biden. One thing that we don't have in here, we'll talk about. Well, we'll talk about it when we get to that.
I'm afraid my children are going to grow up in a racial jungle. That man said that. They're going to put y'all back in chains. That man said that. You're not black. if you don't vote for me. That man said that. The crime bill. That man did that.
Let me get a transition here. So this is one of the, Darren mentioned their names, this is one of the founders of Black Lives Matter. Let me pop her up and let her tell us what she's about and what Black Lives Matter is about.
Another video?
Yeah, Black Lives Marxist, here we go.
Marxist.
So it's hard to find this, you know, they've censored this all over the place, but it's been on enough that...
Is that full? I also think that it might, I think of a lot of things. The first thing I think is that we actually do have an ideological frame. Myself and Alicia in particular are trained organizers. We are trained Marxists.
Wow.
So, her and the other founder, one of the other founders, two of the three lesbian women, they're trained organizers.
Why is it all women? Why? I mean,
Well, they
there's
got
no
men.
men founders.
Well, they had the gay guy, and he's a politician, or went on to Baltimore, and then they just got a straight black male. to be
Was
their
he a
voice
trans
now.
man or just a gay guy?
I don't know. Who knows, man?
Okay.
Who knows? But so that's her.
He was cisgender.
We are super versed on sort of ideological theories.
I do like
and
her glasses though.
So-
It matches her outfit.
They're versed
think
on.
that what we really try to do is build a movement that could
Who's
be
this guy?
utilized by many, many
This is who
blacks.
she's
Is
talking
that
to.
Who the heck was that
I
guy?
don't know. I don't know. Some goon. But she's a Marxist, and she's trained, and she's an expert in this Karl Marx ideology, which Karl Marx hated black people. I don't get it. Karl Marx, his ideology has caused more deaths than anything else on the planet.
Even more than Planned Parenthood?
I don't know. When it's all said and done, Planned
That's the
Parenthood,
most racist place around, is Planned
they
Parenthood.
might catch up.
Why is over 90% of Planned Parenthood facilities in African American communities? Low income communities in general, the African Americans go there and get more abortions than anyone. And you fund them. You go out there and promote them. Why?
So let's go to that. Let's go to
Who founded Planned Parenthood?
well, let's talk about her. Let's transition here.
There's a lady named Margaret Sanger, wasn't it?
Margaret Sanger. And here's a nice little.
She was a nice woman, wasn't she?
She was great. This video talks about her. It's a good little video. All the videos I have in here, I'll put the link down in the description. I'm not trying to steal anybody's stuff. You can go watch their stuff, and
I'm sure she was a great lady.
she was a great lady. Great lady. Bear with me, folks. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and start this. I'm gonna go ahead and start it right here.
Looks like a white woman.
To those she deemed fit to have children.
I think the greatest sin in the world is bringing children into the world that have disease from their parents, that have no chance in the world to be a human being, practically.
Kill babies.
Prisoners, all sorts of things, just marked when they're born.
Eugenics.
In 1916,
Take note of that
she
word.
opened the country's first birth control clinic. As a member of the American Eugenics Society, she advocated improving the genetic composition of humans through controlled reproduction of different races and classes. She often wrote about the issue in the journal she founded, called the Birth Control Review. In 1919, writing,
I personally believe in the sterilization of the feeble-minded, the insane, and the syphilitic. The most urgent problem today is how to limit and discourage the over-fertility of the mentally and physically defective.
Many point to a 1923 New York Times interview as proof of Sanger's racist motives, in which she referred to people as weeds. saying,
It means the release and cultivation of the better racial elements in our society and the gradual suppression, elimination, and eventual
Elimination?
extinction of defective stocks, those human weeds which threaten the blooming of the finest flowers of American civilization.
Hayden
Wow.
Ludwig,
New York Times ran that.
has extensively studied.
Seems like they might have not been biased back then, huh?
About the need for race betterment through controlling these weeds, basically undesirable people.
In 1939,
Undesirable people.
In Harlem, the birth control activists launched the Negro Project, an initiative supported by black leaders, such as civil rights activist W.E.B. Du Bois. Critics claim the program used the pretense of better health and family planning for
Man, she seems like a racist to me.
in an attempt to limit the black race. Ludwig says some on the left grapple with Sanger's past and how to interpret her legacy.
They know when she writes about.
But they love Planned Parenthood.
They know that it's repulsive. They know it's disgusting. The left will never abandon Margaret Sanger. She's the foundation.
Wow. Foundation of their views.
Branch of the Ku Klux Klan. Writing in her autobiography,
Always, to
I think
me,
it froze
any
up.
aroused group was a good group.
despite those views, liberals praised Sanger's work while ignoring her history. And what she's doing.
Working to clean up her past.
Every time they talk about her.
Erase the history.
By their celebration of her.
Former Planned Parenthood Institute wrote about the push to repackage Margaret Sanger in the Wall Street Journal.
The reason I call it the repackaging of Margaret Sanger is because after the Nazi regime destroyed the legitimacy of eugenics forever, they then went back and said, oh, she was just an early feminist, she was just an early supporter of family planning. No, she wasn't. No, she was a supporter of giving IQ tests to people. She was in favor of using those IQ tests to determine who should be sterilized and who should have children.
In a response
What a nice lady.
to the demonization of Margaret Sanger, Alexander Sanger, her grandson and president of Planned Parenthood at the time, called Mosher's editorial unfair. In the same piece, Esther Katz, director of NYU's Margaret Sanger Papers Project, claimed evidence revealing Sanger did not rationalize her support for birth control on racist grounds, that she never advocated genocidal policies
Trying to erase the history.
for religious groups, and that she in fact believes
So they can tell you something's false when you fact check it.
not eliminate minority populations. Dr. Katz turned down our request.
So they try to change what this lady stands for.
Oh, exactly.
And basically why we're showing this with the Black Lives Matter stuff is because
You guys go out there and champion Planned Parenthood a lot. I see it.
The Democrat Party is all about Planned Parenthood, all about
Which they think you're always going to be a part of, no matter what.
all about
No matter how long they screw us all over, and especially you guys, they still think you're going to vote for them.
Yeah, seems like they only care about transgenders and killing babies, man. You know, I hate to say that for those people that's been devoted to the left.
Over 90% of Planned Parenthood facilities are in low-income neighborhoods, mostly minority
I think
neighborhoods.
80% are in black neighborhoods, man.
Exactly.
Pretty sure. 80%.
And if you look at it, since Roe v. Wade, they've reduced your population by over 45%.
So that's Margaret, the
So
sweetheart.
you're paying them to set you back repeatedly.
And then we want to talk about. We should have went to the Don Lemon thing first, but we'll
Don Lemon.
we'll end on that. And I just want to show Joe Biden here, the champion of the '94 crime bill, and this gives a little.
Oh, you mean the guy that the Black Lives Matter people are donating to? Well, he must be
Yes.
a great person. He must really help African Americans out, right?
The bad thing is too. Most people donating money to Black Lives Matter, they didn't know what they was donating money to. Whenever you donate money and you go on these websites, make sure you're seeing where the money goes. Because, like I said, you get on BLM website, it takes you to a completely
Act
different
blue.
Act Blue, completely different website.
You need to act red.
All right.
Not all the time. Make sure they're going to help you too. I'm an independent. I'm not telling you just be Republican just because. But you sure don't want to be Democrat, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, the liberal policies is killing.
Always have.
So let's see what
Decades of failures.
who's running for president, man.
That's why they're always throwing race in your face. That way you can think that they're championing for you because they're standing strong on racism. But they've done nothing.
They did the same thing. You know, if you go down to Kentucky and you go to a lot of these areas, they were blue for a lot of poor white areas. They think they were red. But
Chicago's been blue for what, 50 years?
Oh, longer than that, probably, man. I don't
Chicago's doing great.
But,
no disrespect to anybody who lives in Chicago, but it's not doing that great.
You get into
in some places.
You get in these poor white areas, they voted for Democrats for years. You know, they might say they're voting for
And
red now.
it's not the rich white places, and that's not due, saying that it's because that's where it's targeted at. They target the poor people. It don't matter if you're white, you're black, you're Mexican, you're Asian, it don't matter. They target the poor people in general.
They do. Well, sometimes I think.
And in my opinion, that plays into police too, in my opinion.
Joe Biden, though, I think it was a little more than
They
that.
target poor people because they know that we are less likely to be able to fight them in court.
But Joe Biden targeted.
You don't see these rich African Americans having problems beating their court cases, do you? Because they can hire lawyers. It's just the same with white people. It don't matter who you are. If you're poor in general, that's who they're trying to come after. That's who they're trying to screw.
Well, like I said, I think Joe Biden was going after black folks, though, brother.
Oh, no doubt.
I think it's a little more.
You mean Corn Pop?
Planned Parenthood.
You're going after Corn Pop again?
I think where we're not connecting with the black community is we're denying that there has been systematic racism. I think,
no doubt.
I think there.
But it's policy-wise, in my opinion. Well, it's not just based.
It is. You know, I think we're arguing systematic racism with black folks, and we're not seeing stuff like this '94 crime bill. Joe Biden also co-signed, and we're not going to go over that, but he co-signed the 100-to-1 bill. And the 100-to-1 bill meant, and this came out in 1988, and they're going to tell you George Bush, but this man...
George Bush sucks.
Yeah, he did, and he signed the bill, and he's a turd. So this guy co-signed the bill so it could go up in front of Congress, or go up in front of the House, and the bill, what it was 1 gram of crack, which was in predominantly black areas at the time in 1988, for you younger folks, was the same amount of prison time as 100 grams of cocaine, which was more prominent in richer white areas. So
he brought all that crack in. Black people?
No.
No, of course not.
No, I think we can go real deep on where a lot of the cocaine came in, and
the war on drugs
in the 80s, and that started.
Been failing for decades.
Absolutely, and this is a lot of the war on drugs right here. Is Joe
Except
Biden.
for people that go to jail, it ain't failing that way.
Being known as the Biden crime bill. The Biden crime bill.
The Biden crime bill. Democrats right now, especially African Americans, have really looked back on the 1994 crime bill not very fondly. Hillary Clinton herself has come out against it, even though her husband signed it into law. Well,
this must have been before Joe Biden got the nomination, right? Because now he's great.
While implementing sweeping gun control, also helped fuel mass incarceration.
So for people that love their guns on the left, if anybody on the left is this bill right here, come after your guns, and it was useless. It did no good. You could look up the stats. There was no improvement in anything. We had the same amount of gun violence as we had before.
With financial incentives to keep people behind bars.
Biden crime bill.
And that's a big, I'm going to rewind this because I cut that off, but listen to what they say. This is a big part of what they're fighting for in the police reform right now. You know, they're giving incentive to put people in jail. Incentive-based monies going to these courts.
Will also help fuel mass incarceration with financial incentives to keep people behind bars.
Biden crime bill. Biden crime bill.
Biden crime bill is before us. Calls for the death penalty for 51 offenses.
51 offenses, and I don't think the left. Do you guys believe in the death penalty? I didn't.
I don't think it did.
No, 51 offenses.
Unless it's a kid, a baby.
A wag in the newspaper recently wrote that something to the effect that Biden has made it a death penalty offense for everything but jaywalking. Biden has
It's pretty rough.
Becomes law, God willing. I hope that we will have ended once and for all this notion that is a hangover from the 60s that somehow
Dang, Sleepy Joe's completed about 5 sentences.
Presidents are weak on crime.
This is when he was young.
Republicans are tough on crime. The truth
It's not Dementia Joe.
Major crime bill since 1976 that's come out of this Congress. Every minor crime bill has had the name of the Democratic senator from the state of Delaware, Joe Biden, on that bill.
He's voted for every major crime bill, and like I said, this is important because the big thing right now is police reform. So the stuff they want to reform, this guy's got his name on everything, and he wrote the 94 crime bill. He co-signed the 100-to-1 bill.
Wow.
I like the idea to keep in jail longer. I'm the guy that wrote.
Yeah, I guess he does want to put you all back in chains.
To keep people in jail.
And then look up the First Act. Look up when did that come into effect? The First Act.
The First Step Act?
The First
for
Step
Mr.
Act.
Trump?
Yeah.
Not Joe Biden?
When did that come into effect?
It wasn't 1995, I know that.
Maybe 2018? Is that what it was?
By Mr. Trump, the racist.
100% of the time from which they're sentenced, and the notable exceptions only 85%. So I'm all for tougher enforcement.
Rewrote the statute saying burning the flag in and of itself is a crime, period. Boom.
He wrote the statute that burning the flag, or I don't know if he wrote it, but he's a part of the bill, he's proud of it.
So, taking away your freedoms, even though I disagree with that. I don't like burning the flag, but I mean, it is a right to express your opinion.
I think a lot of conservatives.
I don't like it.
A lot of conservatives don't want it to be against the law.
Well, I mean, there's a part of me that wants it to be. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie, but I understand it's your freedom to do it. No matter how much I disagree with it, you can do some things.
This is where Joe Biden agrees with those folks.
But you're not gonna burn down my business, I'll tell you that. If I had one, which I don't.
Change the law so that if you are arrested and you are a drug dealer, under our forfeiture statutes, you and the government can take everything you own.
This is something they've been wanting to get rid of for a long time. Basically, they're even getting on people that I mean, basically they're stealing people's stuff.
Well, I don't understand, like, right now they're pushing, like, there's no, you know what I mean, if you bail for everybody. But this guy seems like he wants to lock people up.
Yes, and he's giving
incentive and keep them locked up.
Yes, and paying the courts to keep
Didn't Bill Clinton? I mean,
he signed the bill.
Oh, yeah. He was Republican, wasn't he?
Not really.
Oh, yeah, Democrat.
In terms of the dollars from the transaction that you just got caught engaging in. They take everything. We have laws in the last several years where we don't allow judges discretion to sentence people. Flat time sentencing. You get caught, you go to jail.
Sentence.
We've gone from there all the way up to saying, under the leadership of Senator Thurmond, and I'd like to suggest...
Was that when he was hanging out with Robert Byrd?
Myself as well, and others, the presiding officer, that there is now a death penalty. And we passed it a couple years ago. If you are a major drug dealer involved in the trafficking of drugs and murder results in your activities, you go to death. And
You go to what?
Death? Is that what he said? Yeah.
He did. This is everything that the Democrat Party right now supposedly don't
Just
stand
for selling drugs.
This is everything that he's running for the party that supposedly stands against everything.
I don't know if I want to kill somebody just for selling drugs.
Back when Joe Biden's crime bill passed, Joe Biden was such an outspoken supporter, and he said, quote, "I'd like to be running and have someone use the crime bill against me."
Wow.
That's fighting him in the ass right there.
Just
man.
wait till you get to the debate, Sleepy Joe.
I think so many people.
If you show up.
These people in inner cities are jumping shit, man. They are jumping shit.
If you show up.
Back to the streets.
That's what these COVID spikes are. Back door.
Not the person that is accosting your son or daughter, or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter whether or not they had no background.
Even young kids, he said?
To become
he wants to kill young kids, too?
I don't think that's
Damn, I think that's what he said.
No. I don't know. It's just Crime Bill Joe here talking. I'm going to stop. You guys can look this up. I'll put this link in the
Ain't
thing.
that what he said? No matter your youth, how old you are, he'll kill you.
You want to show this?
Or he'll lock you away forever, one or the other.
How's it tied to how's it tie into BLM and calling them out? It's just the fact that
this is where your money's going right here. This guy.
You guys are out rioting. People are rioting on the streets, and this is who you want to go in.
Right.
I don't know how many millions of dollars that BLM and the Minnesota Freedom Foundations took in. I know the Freedom. I don't know what they spent now, but you know, they got $30 million and they haven't hardly done nothing for anybody. Where's that money at? So, and I think a lot of people know they got duped. I got one little video I'd like to show of a person from like 3 or 4 years. We got time for another video, or no? We gonna move on? Just
what we got?
Well, there's a guy that's he's exposing Black Lives Matter again. I could have shown this with the Darren Seals, but
burn, loot, murder.
For all you people out there that are still doubting, I mean, here's another guy that's
letting outsiders come in and tear down your own community, set it back for decades.
And that's what he's talking about.
And act like they're trying to champion for you.
Let's get him. His name's Lord Jamar. If I can't get it up, we'll just move on. But just a quick little video of, you know, we could sit here.
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
We can sit here and talk about, you know, we're just two white guys here. What do we know? What do we know? How dare we say anything about BLM? You can't say nothing bad about BLM.
You got a gender neutral bathroom?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Let's use the men's room.
You have to be a man or a woman here. You have to be a man or a woman here. Let me get this up here. And his name is Lord Jamar. And Lord Jamar is talking about why he don't support Black Lives Matter, and it shocks the TV host. And this came out 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, he's telling us what people are just now, and a lot of people don't even know yet. And he brings up a good point. So let me go ahead. Bear with me here. I'm still new to the game. Still new to the game here. Get over here.
When I first started.
So put in some comments, guys. What you think? Did you guys already know all this stuff about BLM? How many people know anything about Antifa? Antifa's they're Marxists too. Same deal.
I thought they were fighting against
so
anti-fascism. Ain't that what it is?
Well, that's what they say.
But they want to silence you, don't they?
Well, they seem to be more fascist.
You can't have no opinion other than theirs.
Is that fascist? Is that what you're trying to say?
Doesn't sound like free speech to me.
That's not fascism. Fascism, they didn't like capitalism and fascism. Oh yeah, wait. That makes sense. I think, with these cool little titles, Antifa, and Antifa's been around for a very long time, like the 40s or something like that, but not in America, but it's been...
I seen where some vets beat them down here recently, I thought.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was cool. I ain't gonna lie, I like to see that.
They usually beat
I'm not promoting violence in any way, but we know them guys, they come there, they're asking for it.
If you're communist, and you're trying to get rid of capitalism, I promote violence.
The unsilent majority, not the silent majority.
Actually, we can throw you...
That's part of the problem. You're letting them dominate the discussion because you're afraid to speak out, and that's what they want. That's already a victory for them. You need to speak up.
People so worried about if they're not politically correct, they'll get chastised, lose their job. If your job's going to fire you...
Sue them. Take them to court.
You might not want to work at a place that doesn't let you have your own opinion.
My job's here for about the last 2 weeks. They hide the TV remote. Because I like to watch C-SPAN, I like to watch the White House press briefings. They don't like that stuff. But they let people watch The View.
So, and there might be some cussing here. Know that this is not a politically correct place.
Cussed yet.
There is, we're allowed to, because this is not a channel for children. This is politics. We want everybody to be older. And this is a guy who,
we got here?
His name's Lord Jamar. Back in the 90s, he was in a rap group called...
Says he doesn't support Black Lives Matter.
No, he was in a...
Is he a racist?
I think so. He was in a rap group called Brand Nubians back in the day for all you hip hop buffs.
I like rap.
If you remember back in the 90s,
I honestly don't know this guy though.
Brand Nubians.
I'm more like Styles P and Wu-Tang.
You don't remember
Cameron. That's
Brand
more
Nubians?
my stuff.
Well, this dude, he was rapping about some urban stuff, and
who the heck's Lord Jamar? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I'm not sure I know
he
this
rapped
guy.
in Brand Nubians in the 90s. He's a rapper. So, and if you're in the hip hop world, I think you know who Vladtv is. This is on Vladtv, and I think you know who Lord Jamar is. But let's go ahead and let him talk.
Is he an R&B singer?
No, he's a rapper. This is from 3 years ago, from Brand Nubian.
Looks like an R&B singer to me. To be honest. I mean, I'm just saying.
Like,
all right, let me back it up here. I got it.
Black Lives Matter. That's the only thing that matters. Okay.
I'm gonna get it right on point.
I'm not sure I've ever seen this, to be honest.
How he called women bitches and whole. I mean, but to me, that's a legitimate question. Which is a nerve.
He's not talking.
You see? So if we were just to look at everyone like our loved one, we would be treating people.
Let me get it right on the BLM part.
Oh yeah, this is don't you ever call her that.
What's that say? 2016, November 30th?
Yeah.
He basically said, listen. It sounded like that. Yeah, I mean, he basically said, listen, that's a grown man. I'm not going to speak on his behalf. Honestly, if you just take a step back, this man's been famous since he was a little kid.
Right.
He's disconnected from a lot of stuff.
Yeah, let me fast forward here. My bad, people.
Every night.
Sounds like an R&B singer to me.
He is, because they saw how...
Here we go. My fault. Technical difficulty.
That was given to us.
We're on it here.
I don't know, man. Like, on drugs for so many years, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I just thought that was weird shit. And I'm not no Black Lives Matter.
Here we go. Sorry.
Why not? Because it's not our movement. This is a movement that was given to us by
white people.
George Soros and his fucking boys. Because they saw how things were going and they didn't want to go back to the 60s to where we start having our own organic movements. That was a big fucking problem for them. So let's give the people a movement that we can control. We'll provide them the leaders and all of this type of shit. And yeah, that's what Black Lives Matter is. Look at the leaders of Black Lives Matter. Are there leaders? Oh, yeah. Who? Lesbian women who are trying to
Once again, this is from 3 years ago, and Darren Seals was from longer than that, man. So this ain't new stuff. It might be new to us. I don't know how it hasn't made it to the news, but this ain't new stuff.
Incorporate, you know.
It's not a conspiracy.
Whatever the fuck the letters are. Incorporate their concerns into black people's concerns. Go to the website, look it up. Google George Soros and Black Lives Matter, see what comes up.
For you white folks that don't understand, he's going to look up George Soros, but black people, they see this. They saw what was going on these streets and who was tearing up the neighborhoods, and know that most of the people that were not from those cities. So,
I've seen some of them even stand against it.
Absolutely. Time and time again, there's videos everywhere, and these black people are not stupid, man.
No.
I mean, a lot of them, they knew way before we knew all this shit. That's why I think
the Democrat Party thinks you're stupid, that's for sure.
Yeah, but a lot of these people are not stupid, man. They're waking up.
And politicians in general, to be honest.
Y'all out there, George Soros is a fucking multi-billionaire down with, you know, some of the 12 richest people in the fucking world.
So that's what we got in common here. You know, I'm listening to this guy, and there's a lot of things that we don't agree with, but we can all agree that we hate George Soros.
Yeah. We're allowed to say that? Not getting censored? Taken down? Being against George Soros?
Maybe I gotta say theoretically.
Yeah. So he one billionaire would have done that for the Black Panther. 33 million.
35.
George Soros gives $33 million to BLM, and that's like 4 years ago, right? This video's from 3 years ago.
Hold on.
Paid protesting. Not all. Some are there for good reasons.
Charlton Heston, maybe people like that.
The Black Panther movement would have. There was a famous.
Well, I'm going to cut this off right here, but people's known about BLM for a long time. So if you see people out here saying BLM and they don't know what's going on,
like Bubba Wallace had it on his car.
Yeah, well, Bubba Wallace knows what's going on. These celebrities, they know what's going on. It's these people out on the street, they don't know what they're following. And
then just magically found a noose in his garage that was a garage door pull.
So we're going to do a video. We're going to do a video on that, though. Let's not.
Still won't admit that it's a garage door pull. Just look at his interview with Don Lemon on the Cartoon News Network.
We're not going to talk about that, though. We're going to do a video on that. So we gotta. Let's do what. Actually, we still have the Don Lemon. Let's do this while we're here.
The guy lives in Chicago with his white husband.
In an hour. Well, that makes sense why he loves BLM, right?
He lives in the hood.
Because he's a gay dude.
He's down there in the neighborhoods, hanging out with his white husband.
No, I doubt that. We don't think that. So let's get this on here. We'll have to figure something out real quick. Bear with me.
What do you think they'd do if he came down there with his white husband?
Well, I think.
Would they call him out?
Oh, Don Lemon?
Don Lemon.
I don't think Don's going to the hood. I don't think we got to worry about any of that ever happening, brother.
Probably not.
And notice how BLM and Antifa don't go to the hoods. I don't know if you guys know
What we got here? Well, we got Terry Crews. All right. I like this.
But they don't even go protest in the hoods. They're doing all this stuff downtown.
Oh, yeah.
They ain't going in the hoods.
No.
They don't care about black
That's
people.
where they met resistance at, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, black people don't want them there, but they ain't down there protesting no police or nothing, man. They stay out of those areas. They don't want to go to those areas. So let's transition over here to.
Probably because a lot of them is just white kids.
We got this on CNN, and it looks like white kids and suburban black kids. You saw the guy at Chaz, the leader or whatever they just.
The guy that was crying.
The guy that was crying. He was pulling firearms out of the
Why
back.
didn't he stop?
It was
Other blacks are being killed in there.
Well, I don't think. I don't.
Their lives didn't matter, huh?
No. He's pulling firearms out of the back of his Tesla.
What if it would have been a white guy that was in
It's
there
Tesla.
that killed them black people?
I thought, wasn't it the guards, weren't they white, that killed the two black kids? Do we know who shot the two black kids in the car, the 16-year-old and the 14-year-old? To me, it looked like a lot of the armed security were white. Not all of them, but I don't know. Were they white? Were they
Well,
black?
I thought Black Lives Matter in there.
Well, I don't know that it does. Let's ask Don Lemon what he thinks.
Don Lemon.
All right, everybody, please listen to this segment, because actor and activist Terry Crews facing backlash for being, we must ensure Black Lives Matter doesn't morph into Black Lives Better. Here's how he explained it. Are all white people bad? No. Are all black people good? No. No, it's reality. I stand on my decision to unite with good people, no matter the race, creed, or ideology. Given the number of threats against this decision, I also decide to die on this hill. Terry Crews joins me now. Terry? Man, you stepped in. You said that you're willing. You said you're willing to die on this hill. You've taken a lot of heat for this. Explain what you were thinking and why it's so important that you die on this hill.
Well, again, and I wanted to bring up the fact that, there are some very, very, militant type forces in Black Lives Matter. And what I was issuing was a warning. It's one of those things where I've been part of different groups, I've been part of different things, and you see how extremes can really can go far and can go wild. And then when you issue a warning, and when a warning is seen as detrimental to the movement, how can you ever have checks and balances? In the 60s and 70s, airplanes came down all the time. And the reason they found out why they did was because the pilots could never be questioned. And when you have the leaders of the Black Lives Movement who are now talking about, if we don't get our demands, we're going to burn it down. Other black people who are talking about working with other whites and other races, and they're being viewed as
like Don Lemon. He's married to a white guy. He works with white guys.
You start to understand that you are now, being controlled. You're not being treated as love. You're actually being controlled. Someone wants to control the narrative. And I view it as a very, very dangerous self-righteousness that was developing that that really viewed themselves as better. It was almost a supremacist move.
Let me jump in there.
Don Lemon ain't having that.
A lot more than mine.
Okay, so let me jump in here. There's a lot that you said. You think Black Lives Matter is? You said you think it's an extreme movement? But it's not part of the.
No, but this is the thing. It's a great mantra. It's
extreme movement. I think a Marxist movement would be justified as an extreme movement.
Definitely, I agree with that.
But I didn't know that. I don't watch CNN or Don Lemon here, but I didn't even know he was gay or married to a white guy.
Oh yeah, yes sir, married to a white guy.
Well, we know why he loves BLM, right?
It's a true mantra. Black lives do matter. But when you're talking about an organization, you're talking about the leaders, you're talking about the people who are responsible for
I got you. So
he's got to shut down.
You realize that even during the civil rights movement that Dr. King was seen as extreme. That movement was seen as extreme.
Come on.
People who don't want to make change.
Select group of people
movements are seen as extreme. You can paint them easily as an extreme when they are not.
This is very true, but also when you talk about MLK, you talk about Nelson Mandela, and even Malcolm X, they all realized that you had to have a non-racial component to these kind of movements, or there will be resentment. There will be get back. There will be one of these people.
We have to unite.
Listen, I don't want to move from one oppressor to the next. And one thing
it is a great point, and the thing about it is,
who's oppressing you? The Democrats.
He actually knows his history. He knows who he's talking about. Don Lemon, he don't know nothing about any of the people he just talked about.
Well, heck no, he's getting ready to go watch Netflix with his white husband and drink champagne.
When you look in the city of Chicago, there are 9 children who died by gun violence, by black on black gun violence, from June 20th all the way to today. And you're talking about, even with the Atlanta child murders, there were 28 kids who died in 2 years. You're talking about a month. And you have 9 black kids, and the Black Lives Matter movement has said nothing about this.
What does that have to do with equality, though, Terry? I don't understand.
Because we're all equal, Don Lamont.
Listen, there's crime. There are people in those communities.
Why do those little kids' lives not matter?
So it's not about Black Lives
Because
Matter.
you can't push your media narrative of racism. Let's just be honest here. It's because a white person didn't kill those kids, Don Lamont.
To try to get rid of the gun violence. The gun culture in this country is prevalent, but I don't understand what that has to do with a movement that's for equality for black people. It's not mutually exclusive that if you care about equality for black people, that somehow you're going to stop random violence or
ridiculous.
You know, it's not that way.
He don't even know what to say.
Black people need to hold other black people accountable. I say it's the same thing.
Everybody needs to hold each other accountable.
America's version of the Me Too movement. If anything's going to change, we ourselves need to look at our own community,
killing it right
and look
here.
at each other and say this thing cannot go down. And this is the thing too. There are a lot of great.
Some of them did. You seen some of them stand up against them white kids trying to burn down their own damn neighborhood.
Literally
There's a lot of those
running these
videos.
neighborhoods
A
with
lot of
violence, and then claiming that Black Lives Matter. When you look at the parents of these little kids who are mentioning, saying, "Hey man, why aren't they speaking up for me too?" And this is what I'm saying. When I look at this whole thing about, it's about.
And he was just talking about equality, Don Lamont.
Equality for gay, for LGBTQ, ABC, DEF.
I even challenged it. Because I even questioned and more Terry, I became.
Cut him off.
Yep. You gotta shut it down. It's not your narrative.
You're writing things out there. You know you're going to get backlash. You know people are going to respond to what you're saying on Twitter. So I don't think you should be surprised by that. I have a skin as tough as an armadillo because of
Yeah.
Maybe you should adapt that.
That's why he lives in Chicago.
Why is he blasting on Terry Crews like that?
His lives don't matter. His opinion don't matter.
You think he would talk to Joe Biden like that?
Heck no. Heck no.
So he's going to talk to a black man, an intelligent black man like that.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't going to talk to Joe Biden like that. And that's why he's talking about Democrat plantation. Because this dude's on it.
Exactly.
If you want an all Black Lives
Feeds you that narrative.
Talks about gun violence in communities.
What's Don Lamont ever done to help
Black
you?
communities.
He won't even come in the neighborhood.
But that's not what Black Lives Matter is about. It's not an all-encompassing. So if you're talking about, if someone had a movement that said, cancer matters, and then someone said, why are you talking about HIV? It's not the same thing. We're talking about cancer. So the Black Lives Matter movement is
I
about
think that's a ridiculous point to
and
make.
injustice in that manner. Not about what's
It's just a
happening.
diversion to flip to emotion to shut down the conversation because they want to try to shame you
And
for
if you
talking.
want to start that issue, why don't you start it? Do you understand what
All I heard was Don Lemon does not care about lives. That's all I heard.
Only under certain circumstances.
I'm saying?
But when you look at the organization, police brutality is not the only thing they're talking about.
I know that, but I agree that that's
Cutting him off.
Black Lives Matter movement is about, Terry. Black Lives Matter is about police brutality and about criminal justice.
Trying to talk over him because he's trying to tell you what it's about.
Communities when it comes to crime, black on black crime. People who live near each other, black people, kill each other. Same as whites.
Still fair
80% of white
point.
people are killed by white people.
More people you interact with every day, you're more likely to have problems with.
In every single neighborhood. But that isn't, again, I'm not saying that's not important that those kids die, but it's a different movement.
Why? Why is it a different movement? I thought it was about equality. Everybody's life should matter.
That's not what we just went over what BLM is about. That's not what BLM is about anyway.
Donald just said it's about equality.
More on their agenda.
It's black, lesbian, that's what BLM stands for.
Burn, loot, murder, in my opinion.
Warning. watching. And if that bothers you, now that bothers me.
There you go. That's a great point, Mr. Cruz.
I should be
I gotta
able
go,
to say,
Terry.
And there he shuts him down right there.
I gotta go.
Shut it down.
Terry, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
Even Terry Crews is laughing. He's like, look at you, shut me off.
They laugh at us too like we're stupid, man.
They think we're all stupid for sure.
They definitely don't like a black man or a black woman that's not going to vote for a Democrat. I've never seen, they don't treat us bad, dude. White people
I wear comfortable shoes.
that are, let me turn that, my bad.
You should.
Well,
buying shoes now. Them are some ugly shoes.
White people treat black Republicans like dogs. Like dog shit. Like absolute dog shit.
Look how they do Tim Scott. Especially the Democrats, man. They treat him like he's a piece of dirt.
Well, we see it on Facebook. If there's any black or anywhere on social media or anything, you see
Candace
it.
Owens.
You
man,
see it. Well,
Larry Elder.
That's a bad example because black people
All
don't like
of them,
Candace Owens, but
I like Candace Owens.
black people don't like Candace Owens.
I like her.
Well, black people don't. So she's definitely not going to bridge the gap.
Well, why don't her life matter?
Well, I don't know. She's self-loathing to me. I don't like her either.
I like Candace
I can't
Owens.
stand.
I like you, Candace Owens.
I don't like you. You're self-loathing. Talk about something else. You just got the same script every time.
I like
Angela Stanton.
I think you're good looking. Angela Stanton now. I like
Angela
her.
Stanton. No Candace Owens. You got to champion
Stanton's strong.
If you want to bridge the
Vote
gap,
for that woman. We need that woman in office. And one day she might be the president.
if you want to bridge the gap to the black community, it's going to be through Angela Stanton.
Stanton strong.
Not Candace Owens.
Hashtag Stanton strong.
If you know black people, do not show them Candace Owens videos. They're not going to come to they're not going to leave the Democrat Party watching Candace Owens. Look up Angela Stanton and show them Angela Stanton.
I agree with that. Yeah, I definitely agree.
I don't want to hear no white person that's self-loathing. That's trash to me. If you don't like her, and Candace Owens, she comes off like that to me, that she don't like the fact that she's black. Angela Stanton is proud to be black.
Yeah, I agree.
Strong black woman.
Good point.
And look her up. She's the one.
I like Angela Stanton. Stanton strong. Hashtag.
She's going to bridge the gap. So we're almost an hour and a half into this. Went a little longer than I thought. So that's good though. And hopefully we kept.
Notice the hat. Trump 2020. It's a must.
We kept you a little entertained. But we're going
Unsilent majority.
We'll have a couple more videos coming out after this. We're going to probably talk a little bit about Bubba Smollett. And then we're going to try to run a podcast where we kind of talk about everything and just sit back and let it roll and look some things up and shoot the shit. And hopefully we can get some subscribers and be able to talk to the audience.
Take some live Q&A. That'd be awesome.
I want to say subscribe, like, comment.
Unmasked.
It helps us get seen. Make sure you
Right Side of America on Facebook.
Comment, tell us that you hate us or you thought
that's fine.
Like
if you hate us, that's fine too.
We just
don't
want
matter.
we want your views. So check Right Side of America, and then Unmasked is on everything too. We'll have everything in the description. And let us know what you think, and we'll see you soon.